I declare open this graduation ceremony. Please be seated. Before I begin, I love a bit of pomp and ceremony. When else would you get to wear something like this? But it's your day, and really I want you to enjoy it today. On the protocol front, when you come on stage, shake hands with me, bump fists, high five, whatever you want to do, it's up to you to do it. I have no problem with anything at all. You just need to stand where it says S, because there'll be a photographer to photograph your moment on stage. So please enjoy that and do it your way. I'd also just want to say to everybody else here supporting you, clap, cheer, shout out, do whatever you want to do when you see your loved one on stage. And make it a special moment for them. So friends, colleagues, and most importantly, graduating students, welcome to, at long last, your Ulster University graduation ceremony. This morning it was the sports students. I must say they were a little quiet, so I know the nursing school will raise the roof in comparison to them. Let me begin though with one word. To our graduates and classes of 2020 and 21, congratulations. It might be a bit more accurate for me to say welcome to the class reunion, but you've all waited a very long time for this day, and you've shown great resilience in that wait. For the class of 2020, you moved quickly into a way of working that was new to everybody, both the tutors and yourselves. Those critical final weeks of your course were spent in isolation, of course, and outside your normal networks. We all hoped many times for a return to normal campus life in 2021, but sadly for many of you, I know the experience on campus continued to be interrupted. I also know that you persevered, and I'm delighted to this being a formal celebration of your achievements. It's also a day for reconnections with your friends and your tutors, and I'm sure, having seen you all on the marquee, that your tutors probably don't recognise you. It's a far cry from the Mall on a Monday morning, but you all look great, so thanks for making that effort today. The successful completion of your course is always a momentous personal milestone. It represents the culmination of all your years of dedicated study, effort, determination, and commitment. For you, of course, it's even more special because you kept going and achieved your results despite the terrible circumstances we all found ourselves in. And of course, many of you here in the School of Nursing were called back to the front line to deal with the pandemic, and I think that needs a special vote of thanks. So that, in addition to your qualification, I'm sure was a valuable experience, and although frustrating at the time, the skills that you've learnt, I'm sure you'll carry for the rest of your lives. Days like today are a time of great pride for your family and friends who no doubt have supported you along this journey, and you've not travelled here on your own. Remember your fellow classmates with whom you've learned, shared ideas, discussed and debated, and with whom I'm sure you've forged some of the deepest and most enduring friendships. Your university staff, the lecturers, technicians, professional services teams who are all represented today have contributed also to your experience at Ulster and are thrilled with your success. For many of you, however, the most important people that have come on your journey are your family and friends. You graduate today as a daughter or a son, perhaps as a sister or brother, husband or a wife, a grandchild, a childhood friend, a source of deep pride to those closest to you. And those people, well, I have no doubt, have been a source of great support to you in many ways over the course of your study. And we're honoured to have so many of them here with us today, and I know you'll want to thank them. So I suggest let's all stand up, turn to face those of your loved ones who are here today, and show your appreciation for everyone who's helped you along your journey. Please. Thank you. This really is the highlight of my job as Deputy Vice-Chancellor. It really is a privilege to be with you today as we mark the culmination of your academic journey. I hope when you reflect on your days at Ulster, which for some of you may feel like a lifetime ago, that you'll take away a strong belief in yourselves and in what you can accomplish, that you remain open to the ongoing shifts and changes that will necessarily shape our lives. And what looks like an ending is often a new beginning. Take the optimism and confidence of today, the effort and hard work it took to get here, and harness them in your ambitions for the future. In the words of the great Walt Disney, all your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. And in that spirit, I suggest be bold, be brave, be determined, and believe in yourself. Sheryl Sandberg once said, being confident and believing in your own self-worth is necessary in achieving your potential. And regardless of your subject area, your expertise, you're now the disruptive innovators, critical thinkers, problem solvers, analysts, entrepreneurs, visionaries who will have such an influence on the future of our society. So I'll say it again, believe in yourselves. At Ulster, we believe in creating a positive impact on society, not just in Northern Ireland, but nationally and globally too. As part of the Ulster Network, you give life to that mission. And I encourage you to do your own thing in your own way. Be out of the box. Acknowledge the value and power of being unorthodox. And in the words of Jane Goodall, you can't get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. You're shining examples of the power of education. You understand the benefits it can bring, and now you have the skills to shape our industry, our community, and your future. And for you who've waited so long, today's a day of reconnection. You're now part of a vibrant, welcoming, supporting Ulster University alumni community, and we will remain some of your biggest champions and supporters. We will continue to provide you with opportunities to stay involved with the university, and although you may have left the university campus, you're not leaving the Ulster University network. And as part of a vibrant and active alumni community which represents more than 200,000 graduates spread all over the world, I encourage you to keep in touch. We've got alumni colleagues here today. Please speak to them so that we can make sure we can tell you about the range of opportunities we have to support you, and we want to keep you up to date and for you to keep us up to date of how you're getting on so we can celebrate your success with you. We also want to continue to provide you with opportunities for partnerships, for collaborations, and indeed to inspire those who will follow you through the corridors of this university. Because you leave behind a legacy for them, a legacy of success and accomplishment that will empower them and their ability to achieve. Barack Obama once said that the future belongs to young people with an education and the imagination to create. You have the imagination. We can't wait to see what you're going to go on to create. The future is yours, and it starts today. Thank you and congratulations. So in accordance with the wishes of the Senate, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer honorary degrees, and other academic distinctions of the University of Ulster on those named in the conferment list approved by the Senate. I call upon Professor Curran, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Life and Health Sciences, to present candidates.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Advanced Nursing Practice. Nadine Sarah Brown. Fiona Colton. Linda Hare. Carl Kelly. Sharon Lorraine Ann McGuckin. Sandra Carol McKim. Angela Mary Elizabeth Mooney. Claire Marie O'Neill. The degree of Master of Science in Developing Practice in Healthcare, Louise MacDonald. Cheryl Louise Tuff. The degree of Master of Science in Health and Wellbeing, Ruth Ann Lyle. The degree of Master of Science in Health Promotion and Public Health, Ricey B. Joe Griffin de Crew. Katrina Burden. Janelle Clegg. Sarah Jean Isabel McLean. Leanne Georgina McCord. Kathleen McGuinness. Danielle Ann McMichael. Oluwasu Olurkin. Aswin Poyle. Efremfin Udofia. Charlotte Mabel Wilson. The degree of Master of Science in Nursing, Eamon Curran. Marta Fonska. Gemma Glasgow. Jennifer Jordan. Kirsty Kingan. Orla Bernadette McGee. Anya Marie McAnulla. Louise McPhillomay. Fanula Mitchell. Hayley Jane Mulligan. Billy Olson. Sophie Scott. Claire Alexandra Hanna. Philip Jonathan Steele. Rebecca Stewart. Charlene Amanda Young. The degree of Master of Science in Palliative Care, Catherine Grant. Mary McElhinney Farron. The Postgraduate Diploma in Developing Practice in Healthcare, Katarzyna Ann Patanowska. The Postgraduate Diploma in Health Promotion and Public Health, Joanne Marie Doherty. Bernadette Miller. The Postgraduate Diploma in Specialist Community Public Health Nursing, Kirsty Arnold. Cherry Ann Auld. Sinead Bew. Caroline Enya Teresa Carter. Anya Maria Corrigan. Amy Crory. Hazel Eveline Edgar. Sarah Ann Edwards. Catherine Joy Ferguson. Laura Jane Gallagher. Sarah Louise Hall. Claire Rosemary Massey. Christina Jane Maxwell. Anna McAllister. Sarah Jane McLean. Amy Margaret Ruth McCormick. Sharon Elizabeth McCracken. Una MacDonald. Stephanie Louise Huddleston. Laura Emma Parry. Claire Pinkerton. Dorothy Pollock. Hannah Rogan. Colin Leslie Scott. Edel Nuala Torney. Karen Christina Walsh. The Postgraduate Diploma in Specialist Nursing, Louise Ann Bowman. Lois Elizabeth Dundas. Sarah Margaret Broderick. Kathy Jane Campbell. Rebecca Ruth Carruthers. Amy Ruth Dixon. Cara Doherty. Lauren Donnelly. Sarah Dorian. Louise Catherine Fennell. Kathy Gracie. Amy Green. Joanne Henderson. Sarah Elizabeth Kirker. Olivia Lewis. Arlene Elizabeth Little. Amanda Malone. Vanessa Tracy Manis. Hannah Margaret Martin. Denise Maria McAllister. Gerard Anthony McCaughey. Rachel McCrory. Michelle Louise McErlean. Tracy McWilliams. Karen Margaret Minford. Elaine Mary Mitchell. Laura Ann Rogan. Laura Mary Catherine Ross. Fiona Lucille Matilda Shields. Emer Somerville. Jill Weir. The Postgraduate Certificate in Education for Healthcare Professionals, Joanne Patricia Ballantyne. Lorraine Alexandra Bell. Jean Margaret Byrne. Suzanne Gale. Jennifer Isabel Gawley. Sharon King. Mia Viveka McDowell. Mary Patricia McGrath. Ruth McLarnon. Laura Frances O'Kell. Suzanne Mary Thomas O'Boyle. The Postgraduate Certificate in General Practice Nursing, April Elizabeth Armstrong. Fiona Brown. Rebecca Rose Fawcett. Fiona Ann Gildea. Lynette Given. Brenda Ann Gormley. Leanne Keenan. Janice Eileen Ruth McKinley. Kim Lorna Emma Tate. Fiona Vernon. The Postgraduate Certificate in Nurse and Midwife Prescribing, Tanya Burnside. Laura Patricia Cudden. Jill Ann Hodgson. Claire Rose McAllister. Natasha Elizabeth McCafferty. Sarah Lindsay McClements. Alison Mary Sweeney. Grania Marie Toll. Fiona Toe. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Developing Practice in Healthcare, Margaret Eva Elizabeth Pamela Russell. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Health and Wellbeing, Elaine Mary Skilling. the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Specialist Community Public Health Nursing, Yvonne Catterson. Angela Rose Evans. Teresa Maria McReynolds. Joanne McShane. Laura Meredith. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Specialist Nursing, Lisa Winifred Allen. Adeline Frances Elizabeth Job. Sinead Quinn. The Advanced Certificate in Nurse and Midwife Prescribing, Gillian Limer. Magella Teresa Margaret Quinn. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates from the Faculty of Life and Health Sciences.
Thank you, Professor Curran, for presenting candidates. I call upon Sarah Kirker, new graduate in the Faculty of Life and Health Sciences, to propose a vote of thanks.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, academic staff, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, I am honoured to speak to you today on behalf of those graduating. I imagine that many of us who are graduating today celebrating academic achievement in our various specialties actually began this journey in a similar way. We have all practiced our nursing skills for the first time at home, watching a family member say, boom, boom, as we put our stethoscope to their chest. The comedian in the room will have rolled about and squealed as we gave an injection. The gift of our beloved plastic stethoscopes and our child-sized nurses' uniforms encouraged our imagination, grew empathy, and instilled our most basic understanding of nursing. We may remember who gifted these to us or who played along with us. But do you remember who led you to graduate from Ulster University today? Who inspired you to continue to learn? For me, it was a specialist nurse who could explain his every practical skill with the evidence base behind it. He taught what he had learned without air of supremacy. He equipped staff and patients with knowledge and confidence. Another main influence was not a nurse, but an art teacher who completed her Master's in Education at Ulster University while working full-time and caring for 4 small children. What stood out for me in her dissertation was that education should be available to everyone, that those who fall behind should not be left behind. Not everyone enjoys education. For some, it is a painful challenge that they must overcome. For the struggling but willing student, the key to success is the teacher who is passionate about ensuring everyone has the opportunity to fulfill their potential, not just the high flyers. Thank you to my mum for being that inspiration. Thank you to all of the university staff who were patient and responsive to those of us returning to education after a long break, or those of us achieving our first university qualification. Thank you to the university staff who have encouraged students to achieve their best. Deans, lecturers, and support staff. At the beginning of the pandemic, Years of trusted traditional teaching methods were abandoned. Your rapid transition to distance learning and adaptation of course delivery allowed us to complete our courses within the expected timeframes. In doing so, particularly at the time of great uncertainty, the university ensured that there would be no disruption to the equipping of highly skilled specialist practitioners ready to play their part in the COVID-19 pandemic. I would like to acknowledge the foresight of one lecturer. We thought she was a little eccentric when she introduced social distancing weeks before it was mentioned at the COVID briefings. On reflection, rather than teaching the leadership module, Rosario Baxter could have been leading the country. She refused to start a lecture until we had a couple of seats between us. She was serious. I remembered the glances between us in disbelief and our reluctance to conform. So Rosario, on behalf of your nonchalant students, sorry, you were right, we were wrong. To our families and friends, thank you for the time and energy that you sacrificed. You supported us, whether it was keeping our homes running, preparing meals, childcare, or one last cup of tea, served with a "don't work too late, get some sleep." Your efforts contributed to our achievements. Children who have watched your parents complete assignments for what felt like an eternity. Your parents may have needed to sacrifice some precious time with you, but without realizing it, they have given you something extremely valuable. The example of dedication and perseverance, the planting of a seed that can grow into your own personal achievement. Having witnessed my husband's despair, I think we should give a special thanks to those who provide IT support in our homes when we're thumping the keyboard in frustration. Fellow graduates, we have shared our enthusiasm for learning through each question or contribution made in class. We have brought experiences from our workplaces all over the country and shared our knowledge. We have achieved our qualifications in an unprecedented time. We have both nursed and studied under circumstances that could not have been imagined. We have felt pressures personally and professionally. We have witnessed the anxiety and devastation that COVID has brought to our workplaces, and in some cases, our loved ones and to ourselves. Today, reflect on one of those moments where you thought this challenge was too great. It wasn't. So what's next? Whether your plan is more education or to inspire colleagues and patients, we all graduate today with achievement and confidence that when our paths cross between our various specialties, that we liaise with a professional with the same high calibre Ulster University education. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, for that absolutely lovely vote of thanks. Really appreciate your words, and I know your fellow graduates will appreciate those too. So that takes us to the conclusion of the graduation ceremony. So why not take a chance for one last congratulate each other and yourselves before we close this ceremony. I declare this graduation ceremony closed and invite the new graduates to join the academic procession.